And let's hear from our viewers what they make of this behavior. Gautam, our viewer, is joining us from Chennai. Sir, good evening. Mr. Nagarjun is now joining us from Chennai. Sir, good evening. You're on Times now.
मैं बात कर रहा हूँ ये जो महिला जो वो बात बोल रहे हैं वो इंसल्ट कर रहा है कॉप को ये कैसे ये पब्लिक लोग चुपचाप बैठे हैं दिस इज respect they are giving for a cop who is wearing the uniform. It is highly it is insult to the Congress party. This is not the way a leader should behave. And the public is what impression they create for Congress MLAs or whoever we treatment over there. It should be discouraged, and whatever action the government should take, they should take on that lady.
Thank you, sir, for connecting. Captain Jaswal now joining us from Rohtak. Sir, good evening.
Good evening, friends. It is very, very disgraceful and shameful that to revive the Italian mafia, these members of Congress, they are holding the nation to ransom. Yeah, there is what kind of leadership they have? One is half dead, another is half dead, and third one is half buried in corruption. And they don't want the nation to move forward. Very, very disturbing. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Jaswal. Virendra Bal is now joining us from Gurugram. Sir, good evening.
Sir, I just want to ask one question. Do you think that this Congress party will take any action on these people who are abusing police personnel or the Prime Minister? I just want to ask through you, what is the government doing? Why are they not arresting these people? What is the center doing? What is the police personnel doing? Why they are not arresting these people? If this thing goes like this only, I think tomorrow every second person will start misbehaving with police personnel or the political people.
Right, I understand your sentiment, Mr. Bell. Thank you for connecting, sharing your thoughts. Mr. Nagarajan now joining us. Sir, good evening. You're on Times now. Mr. Kashyap is now joining us. Sir, good evening. You're on Times now. Go ahead, sir.
Good evening. Yatha Raja Tata Praja. The Congress culture has been gutter culture. I mean, you see, when the president of the Congress can say that Chaukidar Chor hai, this is what we expect from the other chelas also. It's disgusting to note this.
Right, viewers there calling in on Times now. This disgusting act of a Congress Neta caught on camera. Her defense made it just worse. She says, I had mud in my mouth. My intention was not to spit. If it wasn't, then why don't you apologize is what we asked her. But unfortunately, no apology coming to the fore from the Mahila Congress chief there, who was picked up during a protest. She ended up spitting at a policeman there. We are taking your calls live here on Times Now. Has Congress made it a habit to now insult our men and women in uniform, in khaki? Have they made a habit out of it? Because it was not too long ago when Renuka Chaudhary, another senior Congress leader, a former union minister as well, was caught in a similar controversy where she was seen holding a policeman by his collar, and those visuals are on your screens there. Which is why we're taking your calls live here on Times Now. The numbers are flashing at the bottom of your screens. Should the Congress party come out and apologize for its Neta's deplorable act? Should the Neta herself now come out and apologize? That's the question that we're asking here. We do hope that the Congress is more forthcoming than the Mahila Congress chief herself was with an apology. Anil Deshpande from Chennai is with us on the phone line. Yes, sir, go ahead.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello? Hello?
Sir, please put your TV set on mute and you can air your opinion on the channel. You are live on the air, sir.
Hello?
Vineet Ahuja from Ludhiana is also with us on this broadcast. Yes, sir, go ahead. Do you think now not just these two leaders, not just the Mahila Congress chief, but the party as a whole needs to come out and apologize?
Yes, they should. और मुझे ये लगता है
कि ये कल्चर बन गया है कि आप जितना बेइज्जती करते हो, किसी के साथ गलत करते हो, तो उनको उतनी ज्यादा प्रमोशन मिलेगी उनकी पार्टी के अंदर. दिस इज नॉट अ गुड कल्चर एट ऑल.
जी आहूजा जी, धन्यवाद हमसे बात करने के लिए. हियर ऑन टाइम्स नाउ अब्दुल सलीम, the viewer now calling in from Bengaluru. Yes, Mr. Salim, go ahead.
This Congress party now, they are doing the most disgusting things, and they don't understand that India's citizenry has changed. They by doing negativity things, they are only distancing themselves from the general public, and it shows their upbringing, and these things definitely will harm them in a very long way. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Salim, so much for calling in. We are taking your calls live here on Times Now, and the numbers are flashing at the bottom of your screens.